Alright, we're back again. I've done a little bit of bits and bobs in the last few weeks. I've basically started a new job, which means working away from home. I'm now working away in Kent, which is kind of eating all my time up. So I've done like a few little bits here and there on my laptop, but it's not really practical for me to take my Raspberry Pi away from me. So what I thought I might try and do is update the build a little bit and try and merge in some of the changes that I made and actually make them a bit less experimental, a bit more sort of real. See what I can get done in maybe, I don't know, 90 minutes or something. Yeah, so firstly, another part of the reason that caused me a bit of an issue is I upgraded my system to the new version of RISC OS 5.3. Now updating the operating system itself seemed easy enough, but actually updating my boot structure based on well, there's a couple of reasons. Firstly, because this is a RISC OS direct build. There seems to be a slight difference between the boot structure on this and the one that's part of the normal rule distribution. And also, I think because I've actually I should have done. Well, I recorded a video for it. I never put it up, but effectively, I'm booting off of a solid state disk, a Samsung external solid state disk, and because of that, and the way I had to use certain applications to format it, and obviously the bootloader section is kind of in there as well. It kind of got a bit corrupted, so I basically ended up spending about 7 hours mucking around trying to, and got to the point where I completely reformatted my hard drive and reinstalled the sort of the DOS boot sector, and then reinstalled the operating system, and then I had to kind of hack around their scripts to update my boot structure, which I've done. But anyway, we're up and running now, thankfully, and I've got my code building. So for the moment, all I really need is to be able to boot the computer up, get on the internet. Unfortunately, I've got a Raspberry Pi 400, so the drivers for the Wi-Fi don't work on this just yet, which is a bit of a shame because it means I could have got rid of this external VoNets thingy that I'm using. But yeah, so anyway, I think we've got it back to the position where I can start doing some stuff. But yeah, so a couple of little changes I wanted to do. I don't know if you remember originally, I've obviously got the library salib, which has got like the sort of generic RISC OS functions encapsulated in C++ code, a bit more object oriented. And then I've got the SA code application. I want to get them both building from Makefiles, because one of the things I was coming across, especially as I was when I was doing some test stuff, I was using RPCMU, the emulator, and that's quite a bit slower than running on this when I want to do compilation. So even though obviously I can use my computer and use my PC and actually use like VS Code to do the code editing, actually compiling it was so slow. And part of the reason was because I was using these obey build files to try and effectively just compile every single module together at once. That's not very efficient, so what I've tried doing, certainly for the salib one for the moment, I've knocked up a Makefile. So that's got all the, I haven't actually tried this yet because I've just redone it to kind of line all these names up, so I'm assuming it's still going to work. Let's try it in a minute. So the idea is what it should be able to do is only compile, but it should still do what it was doing before, compile the library. But obviously if I change any of the code modules, it should only recompile the ones that have changed. I've just realised actually I haven't, I'll do that in a bit. I've just realised I haven't done anything to say that if the any of the header files change, it won't recompile them, but I suppose it's not a big deal. Yeah, I'll worry about that later. But yeah, for the moment I've got it so you can build all, or you can clean the build like we did before. And yeah, and this time I've also added, I don't think I had any warnings settings on there, so I've added WALL. So I had to get rid of a few warnings, which I've submitted into the repository, but they were just trivial things like the initialization to 0 of some variables, stuff like that. I've also set, for the moment, O0 optimization. I don't even know what optimization you can get on this, but I'm not, I'll worry about that when we're much further along the project. Yeah, and obviously got it so it's deleting the library file as well. It also means that I can clean it and just I don't have to muck around too much with. I should put a git ignore file in here, to be honest, but object files, I haven't done it yet. But You know, one thing at a time. So yeah, well, hopefully. So at the moment I've built it a few days ago, so I've got some object files. We've got our library, so hopefully in these little obey files, all I'm literally doing is setting a directory, calling make clean, and then this one I'm also setting the WIMP slot for the compiler as well. That's all there is to it. So I'm going to clean that hopefully. Yeah, so that's wiped all the files. That's got rid of everything in the O file. Got rid of the library. So with a bit of luck, if I do make, should work. I haven't changed anything. So hopefully this will just plough through and compile all the files. See how this gets on. Okay, so that's compiled all the modules like I thought, and there's no warnings. We're all good. And then it's created the library file. But what I want to do is do the same thing for SA code, because at the moment in there I've got same sort of principles before. I've got like a command file that's doing it. Now when I was using, so what I was doing, sorry, let me rephrase this. There's not many modules in here. So when I was working on my laptop on RPCUMU, I made some updates to the project. So where did I store those? New code, here we go. Right, so in here I've got a couple of extra, see I use VS Code for that, which is much easier than editing on Edit, but I'm trying to do it on the system for the real thing. I'll create this new Makefile, which was basically the same thing. I kind of just knocked this up, so and then we've got an actual Makefile, which we can try and transplant over. But what you also notice, you might see there's another module in there that it wasn't in this one. So in my header file we've got an info window, and then we've also got split window. So this info window one, I think we can merge that one in, but the split window, that's going to take a bit of work, so we'll do that in a bit. I just want to try and update this code. Basically the info window is programmatically describing creating this window here, which we can then add to our menu bar. So we can do that to start with, but the first thing I want to do is get this SA code running with a Makefile. So I'll tell you what, let's close this. Let's transplant this over. So create a copy of that. And this is make clean, just doing the same thing as before. Make clean, okay. Right, so for the moment then, in this Makefile, let's have a look at what we got. Let's try and line it up with the one that we've got in here. So see, that says temporary obey file until build system properly developed. We're getting it. We're not quite there yet, but we're just massaging it a bit better. So what do we got? We've got our compiler setting variable set to GCC. We've got our include direct. Excuse me. we basically want to recreate this this statement for each of the files, don't we? So we've got our include directory, which is -oslib, ioslib, -i/salib, which are these two. We've got our optimization, O0. So then we're going to compile with WALL. We're using it compiling against the shared C library. We want to include our include directory. So we've got our so if we go back to our sort of CPP statements, we've got should end up with G++-C, which is what we've got there. With our CPP flags, so we've got -wall, -mlibs, shared C library. Then we've got our include directories, and then we've got our optimization. We've done the order really, not matter so much. Then we've got -o, then we've got @ character, and dollar little hat thing. I can never remember what that one's called. So that should replace the O file and the CC file for each of the items in objects. Cool. Okay. Well, each of the binaries and then objects. So we've got our sorry, not binaries. Sorry, each. Yeah, I'm talking gibberish. But anyway, so in our CPP files, we've got icon bar, CC, blah, 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 all of those ones in CPP files. And yeah, I'm confusing the hell out of myself. Yeah, so the output should be dash O. Right, okay, yes. Eventually getting there. Have I got that right? Yeah, linking the object files. Have I got that right? I have to think about this for a sec. Yeah, I think I got that right. Yeah, so saying for each, so it's doing a wildcard match for each of the CPP files, can create a CPP, load a CPP, create a .o file. Yeah, okay, and then hopefully you should link it all together. What I did find is when I was testing this out, it wasn't automatically generating an absolute file, which I'm not quite sure what I was doing differently there, because I was getting an absolute file the way I had this configured. Oh, maybe it's something to do with. I've just noticed actually. I've used the. Oh, I suppose that's different actually, isn't it? No, the binary's right. So what am I doing differently that wouldn't generate an absolute there? Not quite sure. Well, I noticed it was generating a text file, which I then had to convert the right type. But maybe something weird going on with that setup. We'll leave that in there for the minute, but might comment out and see if we can get that fixed. Right, okay, well, let's just try transplanting that over and see how we get on. A good starting place on it. So, kill that. So, we're going to copy this one, which is from SA codes. Oh no, I've already copied it in there, right? So, there we go. So, at the moment, we don't have this split window. So, I'm going to bin that. At the moment, we don't have info window either. I'll just get these to line up a little bit just so it's easier to check that you've got everything. You've got a matching object file for the CPP file, or CC file I suppose in this instance. What have we got? Can't include directories or command line or optimization. And then for the linker stage, we're using G++ for the linker. We're using the shared C library for the link flags, creating an output, which is a binary, using the objects, and then we're adding the libraries at the end, which link libraries are those ones. Hopefully that's okay. Let's see what happens. Let's save that. Right, so what we need to do now is we need to modify our Makefile, our Pling Makefile, to basically the same as this new make one. Do I need to say anything? Probably not. I can probably just replace that, can't I? We're just going to do make all. So I'm gonna, yeah, I'll just overwrite all the text. That's probably the easiest way of doing it, isn't it? Oh no. It's RISC OS. Does everything a little bit different. There we go. Try that. Save. So the question is, let's also copy this one over. Now, will this build our? We haven't got any object files at the moment. We do have a run image file, so we'll bin that. Let's see if it will compile this. What I'm going to do is do set directory, and then I'm actually going to do it inside a task window just to be sure, because if we get any errors, we want them to stay on the screen. So, pling make, let's see what we get. Oh, no rule to make target messages.o needed by pling run image. What have I missed there? That's not in there yet. Right, that's another one that needs to go. There's no messages. Yeah, okay. That's another thing that needs to go in. Save that. Try again. Actually, do make clean. See if we've got some new files. Yeah, make clean. Oh, what I've noticed we should actually do as well is we should delete the run image file itself, shouldn't we? So inside the cleans section, let's copy that line. Actually, tell you what I'll do, I'll copy that out of this make file because I did have to use this if there statement. Well, I suppose I don't need to actually, but yeah, I was getting issues if the files were already deleted, so I'm using this X wipe statement. So the X basically just captures the returned error message, but we can just paste that over there. And we can make that, if there, what we got? It's going to be dot cling run image. Oop. Then delete run image. Save that. Okay. Make clean. Right, did I actually delete run image? Oh, I think I already deleted it. I'll tell you what, let's just quickly create a new file. Save that. Bung that in there. Clean. Right, it's gone. There we go. Cool. Right. Okay. So let's try this again. Let's see if we can actually build the application. Make. Get rid of that. I have to do a bit of finessing on this, but it's a time limit thing. Just got so little time. Well, have a drink. So it should be linking against our salib library that we built using the other Makefile. So if there was any issues with that, hopefully it will disappear. Come on, you can do it. There we go. And we have a run image. So if I do run, there we go, we get what we had before. Oh, no. What happened there? Oh, what have we got? What's going on here? Why did it do that? I haven't used this version of it for a while, so maybe it's deliberately doing that. Are we deliberately throwing an exception? Because we've caught. What did we report there? So we had a recoverable exception, so I must still be throwing one of those somewhere inside here. I haven't looked at this project for like this early version of the project for a few weeks now. Obviously moved on a little bit. So that must be inside the icon bar. So are we? No, maybe it's in the header file. I think it must still be throwing an exception. Right, yeah, so in execute and quit, we're throwing an exception. That's not what we want, is it? Let's pin that. Oop. Oh, this would be a good test because we're changing one file. Save. Oop. Save. Ah, no, it's not going to work because it's not going to know we've modified a header file, is it? We have to put those in the list of dependencies. So if I do make, yeah, nothing to build. Okay, I'll tell you what, it's just for the moment. Delete run image, make. Oh, it's just linking it again. Ah, crap. Alright. Okay, we'll have to list the header files as dependencies then, won't we? Yeah, it's going to take a while. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Right. Okay. Right. Let me bear with me a second. I have to remember how to do this. I don't write Makefiles very often at all. So let me have a quick look. Actually, yeah, I haven't done it for a while. Yeah, you've got to get it to generate the dependency files, and I kind of can't be bothered with that right at the moment. So, just for the moment, I'll just for the moment, I can't be asked to create that because I think that'll take forever. I don't even know if you can do that on RISC OS. Just for the moment, just for argument's sake, we'll clean it and run it. On a time limit, that's the trouble. I can sort this stuff out off camera, but I don't want to be sat here. I've only got like 90 minutes to an hour. I don't want to be sat here waiting forever for trying to figure out how to get it to generate dependency chains. So, bugger that. Let's get some stuff done. He says. At least if I had a new header file, then I've got to add it into the CC files anyway for the moment, so Shouldn't be a big deal. Right, what do we got? That generates an exception. This version just quits. Cool. This one does not quit because the exception blocks the exit statement, doesn't it? Oh my god, what have I done there? Oh. Okay, well that was a mistake. Oh, seems like my clock's not updating again as well, so I've obviously not quite got my boot structure running properly. Don't exactly know what that is. I think, isn't that? Let's have a quick look. Pinball pin setup, time setup, maybe that's it. So did that not work? Time setup, let's try that. Info. Oh dear, so much hard work this. Set clock. Bloody hell. Bear with me a sec, let's sort this crap out. Alright, once again, a bit more brain ache. This is the trouble. So hard to get anything done because you're always mucking about with stuff like this. Right, where are we at? I've lost the plot. Right, we have our application. Quit. There we go. What did I want to do? Right, let's set directory there. Actually, it's not set directory. Let's set it there. F12, and hopefully I've got Git set up. So this is the annoying thing as well. Actually, I probably need to change this over. So SA code is using Git, and SA lib is older, and it was using sgit before Git was released. So if I do Git status, does this work? It does work. There we go. Right. Let's run make clean and do Git status. I should probably add those files to the git ignore file anyway. Right. Logs a new item. We don't need that. Why is it not seeing that clean make as a, oh yeah, that's modified. Yeah, okay, right. So let's I tell you what we got. We got git ignore file. Where have I nicked this one from? Run image. Okay, let's add. Got rid of our A files. We want to ignore. What is this? Log, isn't it? So let's just call that log. Not going to work. What is it going to need to be from there? Does it need to be pling SA code slash pling SA code slash log? I don't know how this works in RISC OS actually. Do I want to have a RISC OS path there? Let's just try log, see how that works. Save that. Git status. Right, git ignore is modified. Ah, but it has not included log. Okay, so that's good. Right, what have we got in make? Let's do. Yeah, okay. Git diff. So see what we got there. Status. I should get. You know what? Easiest thing to do. Just start with a clear screen, isn't it? Git diff. I need to create a graphical user interface for this, I think, or something simplified. Right, git diff. So we got in our pling make file, we removed the temporary obey file until build system properly developed. Probably needs a comment in there to say it's still under work, because it is. Need to do something with the header file. So got rid of the echo statements. I've got that echo building SA code done. Make all. Okay, and we added log. Nothing else has been added yet, have we? So we've got git status. We need to do git add. So notice these have got RISC OS paths. Now I can't remember because I haven't done this for a while. Can I do that? Dot source dot pling make clean. Is that going to work? Oh, wasn't there something weird about the planes? Like I had to put a forward slash over it, like, or a backslash and escape it or something like that. Yeah, I thought so. It doesn't work, does it? Let's go. Well, I could do git add dot, couldn't I, for the moment, because I want everything on there. See, I forget half this stuff. I need to write down some, like a crib sheet, and stick it up there, so above my screen, so I know what I'm doing, because I come to this so infrequently that I forget everything that I've bloody remembered. It's not even added then. Oh, bloody hell. Okay. Okay. Let's set that as the folder. Git state. Oh. Don't know we've moved folders. No. Right. Git add dot slash make clean status. Git add backslash make clean. No. Oh my god. Forward slash clean make clean. Oh my god, I can't remember how to do it. Oh, everything's so hard. Right. I love this operating system, but I don't know what, it just drives me nuts sometimes. Okay, apps, library, no, not library, development, clean git, help me, add, RISC OS tips, git add pling run won't add. Didn't I just do that? Didn't I try that one? Tried that one. What was the magic sauce I had to get this to work with before? Git add pling make backslash pling make clean. Oh my god, why can't I add that? Well, let's add the git make file, can't we? Add make file. Surely that one works. No, it doesn't. Is it not letting me add? Do I have to add the? Do I have to do it from like a relative to the base of the repository? Git add backslash pling sa code dot source dot backslash pling make clean. No. Oh, fucking hell. Right, let's set this as the folder. Git add, we'll try that line once more. Backslash pling sa code dot source dot pling make clean. No. Backslash pling make clean. Git status. Balls. I can't remember how I did it. Oh, what did I do last time? Oh, somebody dying next door again. Surprise, surprise. Right, I'm going to watch my own video and come back, hopefully in less than 10 minutes, and I'll have an answer. Oh, I haven't written one line of code yet. We're getting there though, we're getting there. Bear with. I just had a quick look through my first video. Maybe I got somewhere in the second one, but I just realised I didn't actually figure it out and I just committed everything. But I did notice when I was just watching it, I mean I could watch the other one, maybe I've already sussed it out, but when I did sgit status, it was listing the files with the comma and then the file type. So I wonder if I do git add sa / pling sa code dot source dot / pling make clean comma feb. Will that work? Yes. Okay, so we have okay, maybe I did figure that one out before. That feels familiar. Okay, so there's a secret file extension being added on there that you don't know about until you do an sgit status. So that's very useful. Right, okay. Okay, let's add the other files in. Git add / pling sa code dot source dot / mk, oh no, pling mk comma feb, feb being an obey file. Its status. Okay. Yeah, okay. It's going to let me add the bloody git ignore file with a / forward / in it. Git add / git ignore. Git add / pling sa code dot source dot make file. Git status. There we go, we got them all added, thank God. Right, let's do a git. Oh, actually, tell you what, how did I do this before? We could add the commit into. If I do git commit, does it let me just. Ah, it was letting me open something. Okay. Oh, this is so. I'm so familiar with this. Right, so let's just say. Created Makefiles to build using make command, updated git ignore to ignore the log file that is generated. Okay. Now I was updating this. I remember I was watching that first thing back, and I was writing all the requirements down and stuff. It's all got a bit out of the tits up. So I think for the moment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get to the point of a least viable product, which is a application that can open files, edit files, no clever syntax highlighting or anything like that, and save them. Get to that point. We'll do like an initial 0.1.00001 release, and then I think what we'll do from that point onwards. I mean, we'll try if I can get to that point, then if nothing else, we should at least I've got something that works, so I can start changing it from being just a pile of code to actually being a project, and I'll use GitHub's project management and all that sort of stuff. I've never done that before, not on GitHub. I've used obviously things like, well, crap like Jira and stuff like that, but no, I think we'll let's get something working before we try overstretching our ambition. I think because at this rate, it might take 10 years. So let's just do that. The only thing that's annoying about this is it's opened bloody strong edit, which I've decided after a while that I can't stand, but never mind. Save, close. Okay, now this is a question. I had to piss around for ages to get, because I rebooted my computer and redone the hard drive and everything. It took me a long time to get sgit up and running with my account on GitHub. Now the question is this one going to work? Because I did copy the choices folder over, so it should look the same, but it didn't work last time. Let's see if it does this time. Git status We're on develop. No changes. Git push origin. Oh, is this one what doesn't do git push origin develop? I've got a feeling this doesn't work. Oh, okay. 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 I've just realised I don't have RISC on here anymore, do I? Oh, bollocks. Right, hang on. Let's check on my phone. At this point. Oh dear, shambles. This is what we try and do. I'll get like a spare hour at home. Try and do this. Not ready. Right, change branch, develop, SA code, commits. Okay, we have, I don't know if you can read that. Is it oversaturated? Is it going to let me? Come on, you can do it. Let's turn the brightness right down. Read that. I'll give up. It's gone on my. Let's try. Hang on. Surely that will work. There we go. Right. Okay, we have a git commit which has made it to GitHub. It's been hard work, but we're there. And why? What the hell's happened here? It's only 6:41. When does it? Why has this changed back again? I've just changed this top twice. Set clock. It's not daylight savings time. Set. Why didn't that work? Set clock. It's not daylight savings time. Set. Why doesn't it let me say? Why can't I change the clock? It's not daylight savings. It's bloody July. Will this work? Alright, that's alright then, isn't it? Whatever. It's 42 now. I'll give up. Normally this works, so I'll have to. It's another thing I'll have to sort out then to get it, because it's normally pretty good about getting the time off the internet. But, oh, right. Okay. Kill that. You can bog off. You can go. I don't like you. Okay. So that was interesting actually. When we looked inside the file folder for Git, there we had like the resource file. So most RISC OS applications are written using Toolbox these days. It is something I'm going to get into using, just not yet. But that kind of rolls us back to where I wanted to get to with this, which is to try and merge some of the code I've been developing myself in to the actual build. So I'll go back to this public folder. I've got projects. I've got all these Git tokens. You really don't need to see those. The only way I can get Git to work is I basically have to generate an automated token, because I can't like log in by putting the username and password in or do the two-factor authorization. It doesn't work. So I've got to get all these long tokens. Right. So what we got? SA code, new code. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to merge this in wholesale, but I'm going to show you it first. So I'm going to copy info window. I'm not going to merge everything in, but this is something I am going to merge in, and we're going to have a quick review of it. So in the header file, I'm going to drag this info window in, copy it in there, and in the CC folder, we're going to copy info window.cc. Info. Now, these might not build at the moment. So if I look at the header file for this, so I've given it a bit of a description. Window definition for info, icon bar, menu, items. So we're looking at generating essentially this for the moment, because that is part of the style guide. So I've got a basic class definition, and I've got some label. Basically, I've created some icons. I've got a window, and in the window, we've got 8 icons. the 1, 2, 3, 4 labels, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 sort of labels, but with the border. Okay, that looks relatively reasonable. So I've got these icons which contain the data. Okay, pretty straightforward, I'd have thought. Hopefully. Right, so in the CC file for that, now this is where I've got this messages thing, so we might have to take that out and then merge it back in eventually. If we, I don't know, I've just made that up for the moment, but I don't know that I might do something else. So we've got a window builder. Well, actually, let's go back to the class definition. So we've got a constructor for the info window. So what I've done, so yeah, this is going to change. I don't know exactly how this is. So originally I hard coded this stuff in, which I might do anyway in a minute. You know what, let's actually do that. Let's hard code this in. So we're going to build a label. No, whoop. I'm going to hard code it in, and then I'm going to merge it back the way it was. So we want, so that label label is 0. I think we've got 0, 0, 0. Yeah, this is like, I've given this like a row number. Yeah, okay, so yeah, that's right. So I've got build label icon. Yeah, I've given it a row number to calculate the offset. So we've got the label name. So if we go there, so that's name and then the name of the application. So the first one on the left, we could put in there name. And then we're building the text icon, which is the name of the application. So I'm going to call that SA code. And then on the next line, we've got purpose. And then on the line below that, we look at the purpose for edit, text editor. I think I had code text editor for the text, something like that. Just for the moment. And then underneath that we've got, I assume it's author, because I've called it author label. Author. And then I've got whoever the author is, which in this instance is me. Oh, Simon Ater face. Then we got version. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do eventually is I might try, there might be a way, gosh, is there going to be a way of doing it? Who knows? There might be a way of calculating this, like while it's under development, based on the Git repository, like what branch you're on, and yeah, maybe what branch you're on, and then like the ID for the check-in or something like that. Maybe that's a good, yeah, that might be something we could automate, because that we might be able to get that programmatically just by hacking into the git.git folder or something like that. Maybe we can obviously look up what the branch name is by calling. Well, I guess we can do. Can we do git branch? Oh, for God's sake! Really? Do we want to do that? What's going to be the easiest line to? Maybe it's rip. Maybe it's easier to rip it out that first line of git status rather than git branch. Don't know. I suppose there's not much difference, is there? But yeah, essentially we should be able to call this function and stream its output to a string, and then rip the text out of it. I want to do that because what I want to do eventually is I want to be able to automate calling these git commands, like a bit like you would do in VS Code. So you effectively can identify items that changed. Like, I'll just get it to automatically every now and again, maybe once every 5 seconds or whatever, just call git status in the background and sort of like just strip the data out of the text and then apply that to the GUI so you can see what's going on. It shouldn't be that difficult. he says you can't even check a file in. So anyway, I think we should be able to develop on. If we do git log, does that work? Does that give us a... Oh, no. Oh, does that not work? I thought we did. Okay, does that work on S? It works on sgit, but not on git. That's a shame, because we've got a commit number there, although that's very long. We could make that a 2-line job, I suppose. Couldn't we? But yeah, we do have a git code there, commit code. That's annoying. So git log doesn't work, but sgit log does. Is that right? Apps development, git help. We've not got log there. Got config help, init clone, status, diff, commit, branch checkout. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. I feel like git log would be quite a useful thing to have. I mean, it must be there because the graphical user interface uses it. Because when you double click on it and you load it there, info, using git repositories in the desktop, I'm pretty sure we can drag this folder on there and it shows us the log. So what? That's weird. So you've got the code in place to use it on the graphical user interface, but it's not in place to be on the command line. That's a bit strange. Okay. Okay, well, I'm sure it won't be able to do anything where, like, if we check it out, we get it to automatically run a script. That's just not going to work. So, okay, well, I'll have to figure something out. I mean, maybe we can strip it out. Like I said, maybe we can get it out of the Git folder, maybe somewhere. But index, maybe. What's in that? Nothing useful. No, it'll be no, I think alright, it's going to take a while to figure that out. I don't really want to have to start disassembling the Git files to get that. That would be a nightmare. Okay, we can bin all this crap anyway. Well, that's a little bit of a shame, but in a minute. Anyway, well, that's something that's an option I'll have to look into on my own time, because this is something else that's taken forever. So for the moment, we're going to say version is TBD. TBD. Save. So I shouldn't need that messages file now. I'm going to comment that out. No, I'm going to delete it actually entirely because we're trying to check this stuff in. Oh, there could be a title as well. There should be a title for the window. So we've got our task, we're building our window. So what we call build window. What are we calling the title of the window there? We've got it. Give it a title bar. Yeah, there we go. So we've got. Yeah, I'm calling that out from the messages file, but I don't think I want to do that at the moment. So I'm going to call that. I'm pretty sure it would just be SA code, wouldn't it? If I do info edit. Oh no, it's about this program. Here we go. About this program. Cool. And okay, let's save that. Right, so okay, so just going back to what I've done then, just clearly. So we've got our constructor for the window, which creates a window. Basically, what I did was for the sizes, I basically just measured it. I measured an existing, like that window, and I've just copied that window size. I mean, that's always a good example. And I've got a few little consts that I've just created to get the spacing right, which is based on a little bit based on the yeah. So I've got comments there. Figure this one out. 638 measured from edit, you know. So that's how I kind of worked out the size of the window. Just basically copied something else. I don't think I need these two anymore. Don't need to affect the title colour. Right, so I've got a comment there on the background and foreground saying something, look this up from theme. So eventually, because it should be customizable, much like Edit is even, you know, I should be able to change the foreground, background, all that sort of stuff. They're going to have to be stored in something somewhere. So they have to be stored in like a globally accessible object or a singleton or something like that. And we'll ask it every time we sort of, much like the messages, we have to interrogate them, the theme for the values. But to start with, I can hard code it all in. And then eventually that's something that should be saved into a file. We should be able to save like your theme out into a project file, some sort of description like that, or a workspace file, maybe that's better. When you should be able to save a default one, which we should be able to save into boot choices, shouldn't we? So yeah, we're creating an icon. And the interesting thing about this one then, so this is the label icon. So that's this one there, right justified. Otherwise it's normal text. The text icon, this one's a bit different. I had to create a validation string for that. So if you go to the, I'll tell you what, just bear with me a sec, I'll load it. Right, yes, I've just opened the RISC style guide, and that gives us some, we're talking about dialog boxes here, it gives us like some of the dimensions for the sizes of things like this. So I've got like, just make it slightly bigger. Actually, can I make a specific size in there? No, that would have been far too useful. Right, so for example, got 8 OS units clear between components. So when I was doing the spacing, working out like the line distances, I've got like a space height I've set as 8, and then I've got an icon height of 52 because it's a text icon. So yeah, effectively that's like a display field, 52 plus 8 spacing between the two of them. So we've got clear space height, clear space width as well, which is different distance between the left and right icons and the outside. So it's all that sort of stuff. That's where you get it from. What it also does is it gives you, it tells you how to get a normal text icon to have that border rendered around the outside of it. And if we go to the next page, that is actually what they call a display field, and it has a validation string R2. So if you put R2 in, that's what changes a normal text icon like this to being one like that. So that adds the border, so you don't have to render that yourself, which is quite useful. Although what I did notice is if you get the description box for it, it's if you use like the extent box that describes the rectangle, how it is on the screen, if you get that like upside down, then it renders all of these the wrong way round. So like this like almost looks like it's popping out of the screen, only it doesn't look right at all. Okay. So yeah, okay, so I'm going to add this into the project and we'll see if we can build it. And what I'll do is I'll just generate I'll just pop the icon up when you click on it or something like that. Let's save that. Okay, so we're going to add that into our Makefile. So this is info window, which would be after icon bar. God, it's so loud for these walls. Okay, so if I save that, right, and then in our SA code then, what we're going to do, just temporarily, we'll hash include, I should tell you what, oh yeah, hash include info window .h, and then what we're going to do is just do open window. We can just open the window, can't we? Because we can do what's the constructor for that? I think it's just a plain info window, isn't it? So we'll say info window, everything. It should just pop it on the screen. So we'll put so a bit of luck. If I compile this now, hopefully it'll build that file and it will open it onto a window. Let's kill that, set the directory. I want to see if we get any compilation errors, so I might have made a mistake. And we'll do clean make. So because we cleaned the project, we should have to rebuild everything, which is a bit annoying. So this one could be an issue. Right, okay. No matching call for info window. Oh, I need to pass the task in, don't I? That's it. Yeah, I've got to put the task in. I might make the task I might change the task to being a singleton or something like that, because it's not like, it's one of those things where like you should pass all this stuff around rather than like using singletons, but there's only one task for the application, isn't there? So there's literally only ever going to be one instance of that. But then I suppose when you're doing unit testing, it does make it a bit more difficult. But then there's only one other, I don't know, we'll see. I think maybe I might actually create those. The only thing is if we ever go multi-threaded, then it can get to be a bit of a problem. Right, SA code. Let's pass the task in. Temporary info window, task, save, clean make. So at least it's starting at SA code again now though, rather than having to rebuild everything. Did info window compile? No, it didn't. What have I missed out there? Info window did not compile. What have I typed in? Have I messed this up? I've made it .h. I'm an idiot. That's the .o, isn't it? Let's try that. Info window.h exists, so it doesn't need to worry about that as a dependency. Okay, give it a work. It's linking. In your own time. Oh, there we go. Right. Okay. Right, so it doesn't do anything because we've got no sort of processing, but there we go. We're actually opening the window. I mean, that looks alright, doesn't it? SA code. Blah, 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 about this program. Cool. Right, so that's built. That's added to the project. I'm going to take it back out of the SA code. I'm going to take it back out of SA code's main file. I'll check it into the repository, and then it's like done. You know, it works. It's not the most complicated module in the world, so let's just kind of get that one out of the way. Right, I'm going to get rid of that because it's very noisy. That's part of the problem. Like, I find it, you have to have so many windows open as well. So there's another reason I want to have a code editor, is because you can just switch between projects. It's so much easier than having all this stuff open. Okay, so let's set the directory there. Control F12. Git status. Okay, so we've added on SA. Right, hang on a minute. Here's a good question. I've noticed it's now not ignoring star.o. That doesn't work, does it? That does not work. It's not ignoring the object files. That's interesting, isn't it? So I'm just going to change this. I'm going to get rid of all of this. I mean, this is one I just ripped off of somebody anyway, so I don't need it. Prerequisites. We don't have any prerequisites. Let's do. I wonder if it will ignore. Git ignore. If we do Oh god, what is it going to need a backslash? If we do pling sa code dot o dot star, will that work? Git status. No. Oh, shut up, everyone. How the hell do I get it to do that? What if I do this? O dot star, save. What about O slash star? No. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, it's such hard work, isn't it? Oh, it's not even ignoring run image either, actually. So let's try, okay, what about backslash pling sa code dot backslash pling run image. I'll get rid of that. Save. Git status. No. For God's sake. Why has it got to be so hard? Right, well, I'm going to come back to that. Well, that doesn't work. Log does work. So I'm just going to save that. Because clearly nothing else does work. And then I'm going to clean it before I check it in. Which is, to be honest, you should do anyway. And I'll do get status. Okay. SA code, we haven't modified that yet, so let's change that back to how it was. Actually, can I do, I wonder if this will work. I wonder if I do git checkout. Pling, oh, for God's sake, backslash pling sa code dot source dot cc dot sa code. No. Okay. Can't check it. Not check out. It's not git check out. Hang on a minute. Let me bear with me a sec. Let me figure this out. I want to just check that one file out. Okay, as there's no restore and I can't check out an individual file, might be able to check in everything else, commit it, and then just reset the repository. Maybe that'll work. Let's try that. It's a bit of a pain in the arse. Right, here we go again. Right, so let's do git add backslash pling sa code dot source dot makefile. Git status. Oops. Okay. Oh, so it's already added that one though. No, it's not added that one, is it? Right, so, okay. We'll do git add slash git ignore. We'll keep those because none of that bloody works anyway. So. It does work on SGit, that's the annoying thing. I've just got the exact same one on SGit and that works. But on normal Git, it doesn't. So hard work. Okay, don't want to include SA code, so we'll do git add backslash pling SA code dot source dot cc dot info window. For some reason my computer's now, my laptop's making weird noises. Git add backslash pling sa code dot source dot h dot info window. Git status. Right. Git commit. Taking it open. Right, here we go. So modified dot git ignore file to remove everything that didn't work on this version of Git. We'll call it plain Git. And then we've added a class to represent the info window that is shown from the icon bar menus info item. Added building info window module to Makefile. Okay. Git status. Right, so we've got the changes to SA code, so I'll open that. Will it let me reset this now? What's the default? Default mixed. Useful. I suppose everything's fine, isn't it? Because we've got nothing in the staging area apart from that. Git reset. Status. Nope. Okay. Branch tip and staging area only. Git reset -- hard. Git status. Okay. Okay, let's do it. Okay, right, let's do it. So if I open that now. Right, there we go, there's nothing from that in there. Right, let's just make sure it hasn't mucked anything else up. So is that still on our Makefile? I just don't trust anything on this platform. Okay, right, there we go, so we're all good. Done one thing. So, okay, let's get rid of the style guide. Get rid of that. Get rid of bloody everything. So, what did I have to do to change? I had to make some changes. So, if oh god, it's all going on. Sorry, bear with me a sec. My partner's just got home. She's gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go for some dinner in a minute, I think. What I want to do is, if do you know what? If nothing else, oh, got no run image, have we? Let's make that then. So if nothing else. Let's get that back on the icon bar so that you can do info and see the info window, and then I'll do that, and then I'll see if I can get anything else done today, but I might have to go for some dinner first. What was that? I spent like an hour and a half or something doing all this and got nowhere, as per. Right, bear with me a sec. Right, I guess England are playing in a minute actually. What time's that? Is that 7 or 8? Oh well. Right, I'm going to go for some dinner in a minute. Right. Okay. So that's built. Currently we have a quit thing on there. If I run this new code version, so this is what I wanted to get on there. This is my prototype code, a little bit similar to what I did before with the slidey windows, but I've made it in such a way that you can nest them infinitely as many times as you want, or well, they're just containers. It's basically like a left side and a right side container, and you can put a container inside another container. So the idea would have been, like, you know, on the left side I can have our little file viewer. On the bottom I was thinking of maybe putting some sort of implementation of a task window in there, but with the ability to, you know, a bit more sort of like freedom with the command line, where you can copy lines and paste stuff and things like that. And then, you know, if I needed to put dividers in, you know, if let's say we wanted to look at 2 files at once. Oh, that's clever. That doesn't resize and fill the screen. That's very good. Okay, so that's a bit weird. I don't know why that doesn't work, but anyway, I was hoping I could get that up there. I've obviously not got this set up right. This is just a proof of concept thing, so I'm not going to merge any of this in. Like, for example, there's a little bug there where it's not rendering. If I change this bit, it just overlaps there. So I've got a few little bits to iron out, which we can do. But what I really want, I mean, just for now, maybe I just need that, you know, because hopefully that'll be an easy thing to merge in. So I did find this diff program actually works. If you go in the text folder, side diff, this actually works, which is good. So I think let's compare what I did on the, so we ignore that split window thing and the messages for the moment, but let's see what I put on the icon bar to get it to modify. I think I had to modify the menu class to get it to work, but I'm not necessarily sure I want to do it the way I did do it. So iconbar.cc, put that on that side, iconbar.cc on that side, maximize. Okay, so I've added some extra fields in for generating menu items. So I've got, so we've got a task. Well, I'm passing that. Okay, well, okay, so we've got a task. I've got a new item there. No, okay, so I did have a quit menu item object. That's clearly not there anymore. Okay. Hang on a minute. This is not lined up correctly, is it? I've got two separate constructors there. I've got a task and I've got one with a... Why have I got an icon sprite name one there? Oh, it's an icon bar. Okay, well, I created a class for an icon bar menu then. So now I'm creating an icon bar menu rather than just an individual item. Alright, okay, let's have a look at the header files, because it's going to take a bit of sorting out, I think. So do icon bar header file. I'll look at these two. So we've got, oh yeah, I realised I spelt that SA comb, which isn't good. So for a minimum, that needs to be fixed. So then I was including info window, class icon bar, so that class is down here now. So what I've done is I've created a icon bar menu class in the header file, which probably doesn't need to be there. Could be internal to the icon bar class, because it's effectively private, isn't it? And we've got an info window object, a menu selection, command menu, so that's pretty similar. Menu selection observer, what we've got before. It's very similar, but I've got yeah, it's going to be actually not being very helpful viewing it like this, is it? Let's open it like this. No. Let's see what we want to merge in. So originally we had an icon bar icon class with a public constructor which takes in a task, and we passed in the name of the icon. So that's still the same. And then privately we had this quit menu selection command item was inside the icon bar class. So effectively inside the icon bar class we were generating a single menu item, and then that particular menu item was doing a request to quit, whatever. Now I've broken the icon bar menu into its own thing. So now I've broken the icon bar menu into its own thing, which has still got that quit item selection menu selection, Which, to be fair, doesn't need to be in the header file anymore, actually. That could be in the CPP file. That doesn't actually need to be in there, does it? Does it? I suppose it does need to persist, doesn't it? Yeah, because we're creating all this on the stack, I suppose so. Yeah, there's no reason not to create the icon bar on the stack. In fact, we could do the whole project on the stack aside from the dynamically allocated memory for the files. Yeah, okay, so in this instance, so instead of having a WIMP menu called m_icon bar menu, we've created a new item icon bar menu, a new class to encapsulate that. And this is the new class. Okay. So I think that's actually a good idea. However, yeah, no, I suppose I do want it. I suppose I do want it separate. I mean, I could break that out into a separate file, the icon bar menu or something like that. Do I want to do that? No, because you'd end up with thousands of files. We'll keep it like this for the minute. So I'm actually gonna merge that in. So if we look at the icon bar menu definition, then so we're passing the task in because this is what we need to call to quit the task. Now there is an argument to say maybe we don't need that at the icon level. Do we? Yes, we do, because we have to attach an observer to the clicking of the icon bar, don't we? That's why I'm starting to think this needs to be a singleton, because I'm just passing it into every single object that needs to respond to stuff, and it feels like an awful lot of effort. Okay. I'm going to create, okay, right, solid, I'm going to do that. I'm going to call that, we're going to create a factory that's going to store access to that. It's going to be a single, it's going to have we have multiple things. We have a task singleton, and then, what else would we want? A theme, and the messages. Okay, so we'll have a single application singleton that it contains those things, like a globally accessible container. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop for lunch and at dinner, and then we're going to come back after the football and do that. Right, back again. It's 10:30, just coming up to. Had some food. Watch the final of the Euros. England lost. Quelle surprise. Give myself another hour, and then I've got to go to bed because I've got to get up and leave at 5:30 in the morning. Oh, life. Right, where the hell were we? So I think we were looking at the changes I made to the icon bar class. Ooh. Now the question is, do I actually want to do what I did there? Which is, I broke out the icon bar menu into its own class. What I really don't want is these things littering everywhere. I just feel like it's going to be really cluttered. I feel like I want to break that into a different module after all, just because I feel like it's going to be so busy. I wonder if there's a way of making that common. This is where you could. This is where you need like lambdas or something like that, because you can make one class for that, and then you could just pass in different execute functions. I suppose that is the minimum implementation we could do for a command object. Okay. I'm going to do that. I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to... Ooh, what the hell's that? What's that from? Is that from the side diff? Not seen that before. Not sure where that's come from. Must be from side diff. Alright, oh, we don't need that. Delete. Quiet. Let's have a look actually to make sure it has copied the... Yeah, it's here. Right, okay. I'm going to do this then. Let's do a new module and we'll call it icon bar menu. Computer's making... Excuse me, my computer's making some weird noises, which is a bit worrying. I hope it's overheating somehow. I wonder how much space is left on it. Bear with me a sec. Oh, 319 gigabytes, that would do. Alright. Fan then. Right, okay, let's call this class to handle classes to handle the icon bar menu operations. And we'll say hash it if and def say code underscore icon bar menu underscore h hash define say code underscore icon bar menu underscore h hash end if slash code underscore icon bar menu. I wonder if pragma once works on this compiler. Probably not. It's a good thing actually. I'm kind of quite used to writing C++ 03 because I was working on a legacy project in my first job, and that was all in old Borland C++. So I'm quite used to it actually. Let's save that as icon bar menu. Right, and what we're going to do, we're going to create a class icon bar menu. We'll shove all this stuff in here. So I'm going to grab all of that, copy, paste. I could put those in a namespace or something maybe. I suppose if I give it private to the class icon bar menu, maybe. Right, okay, so that should be all we need out of this one. So we've okay, right, so now we're going to have to import what classes are we going to need? We're going to need menu, so we're going to need hash include salib slash menu.h. We're going to need task, so hash include salib slash task.h. We're going to need menu selection command base. What's that one going to be? That's going to be menu selection observer, I suppose. Well, it could be in command actually. Could be in command. I'll tell you what we'll do. Yeah, let's have a look quickly. we'll open salib. Salib header file. So we've got command.h. Command.base, is command base in there? I've got a null menu selection command and a menu selection. Okay, so that is command.h. Okay, so we've got menu, task, command, menu selection command, task, info window. So that's a local file, so separate that out a bit. Window.h. See, this is already getting to the point where like I'm starting to need to have like a GUI folder and then all this sort of stuff. Info window, then we got a null menu selection command, which I think was in command. Quit item menu selection commands, that class. Menu selection observer, okay, so that is going to be menu mouse click observer, I suppose. Oh no, it's its own file. Menu selection observer. Turn the line. Oh no, there we go. Right. Okay. I think that's it, isn't it? So I think for the moment that is all we need. So let's save that. And then what we can do, we can open this version of iconbar.h. We can bin this, because we don't need that. We don't need the menu selection commands. I suppose we might actually tell you what, we might actually we might need the null command, but I can get rid of that one for the minute. It might be used on the mouse click observer, but the menu selection observer we don't need. Right, and now we can change this, so hash include it's going to be icon bar menu .h. That is going to be an icon bar menu class called m_icon bar menu. Right, let's get this on the other side. See, this is what happens. It gets really confusing when you've got so many files open. So did I need that null command? I don't actually know. Let's have a look at the... Right, let's save... I'll tell you what, we'll save that for a minute. So what we need to do is look at the constructor, don't we? Close that, we'll pin that down. Right, let's look at what I did for the CPP implementation. Close that for a minute. Keep that open, that could be useful. So icon bar CPP, icon bar CPP, sorry, CC. I should keep saying that. I keep saying CPP, but of course it's not CPP. Right, so this one on the left has got all the menu building stuff. We're going to rip that out. So this is the actual stuff that we need for the icon bar itself. Oh, that's icon bar, right? Oh, it's not even that, it's this, isn't it? Icon bar icon and an icon bar menu are separate. So do we need that null command? Yes, we do. Mouse click, icon bar mouse click observer, null command. Okay, it's because at the moment we're not doing anything when we click on the button, but we will do soon. But for the moment we can put that in, we can leave that in there. So we get an icon bar. I can put in there a comment to say that this is a temporary until temporary until click implemented. We can do something like that, can't we? Save that. Right. So we can delete out of this. I think the only thing we need for our icon bar menu class that we copied out of there was a task, isn't it? So we can, I think in this constructor here, yeah, we just can. We've got a task. We've got an icon sprite name. So we've got our task we're creating. We don't need menu selection. Delete. We need the icon bar icon. The icon bar menu. I don't think we need to pass a name now, so we'll just call that. We'll just pass task into that. Icon bar mouse click observer we want. Menu selection observer we don't want. Delete. We can delete all these fields for creating the menus. I think that's all we need, isn't it? Oh, we've got. In fact, we don't even need the menu selection observer. That's interesting. I didn't have a matching removal of that. This is a little bit worrying. Delete. I think that's all we need, isn't it? That's interesting. Now, is that so? Is icon bar menu? Can we actually pass that in? What am I doing here? I don't know if that's true. Icon bar mouse click observer. It does derive from menu. Okay, so that's alright. Alright, so I think we can save that. Save that, close that. And now we just need an implementation of the... We just need to break this stuff out into its own module for the implementation. So let's save that as icon bar menu in the CC folder. And we'll say implementation of icon bar menu classes or something like that. Hash include icon bar menu.h. So, got that open still? Is it that one? Yes. Right, so we've got a constructor and a destructor there. So that's icon bar menu, copy. And we've got a task that we're passing in, and then what members have we got to initialize? We've got these, haven't we? So we've got a member called nTask. Well, we're going to initialize that with task. We've got an info window. Right, okay, so do we need anything to go into the constructor for info window? I don't think so. Oh, I did need to pass the task into that, didn't I? Because it needed to handle operations. So we'll have info window, pass task into that. We've got our null menu selection command. What do we need to do for that one? Null menu selection command, that must be in salib command. Presumably it doesn't do anything. Salib h command. Null menu selection command does not have any parameters for its constructor, so we don't need to put anything in there. We've got quit menu selection command, which is in here. We need to pass the task into that. And then we got our icon bar menu selection observer, which is going to be probably in menu selection observer. That sounds reasonable. And we pass a menu in. So maybe we can just pass this. Sounds reasonable. Right, how does that compare to what I'd already written? Line that up there. Wrong one. That one. Ah, that's it, yeah. That's what I've forgotten. This is a base class, is it? Sorry, it's a derived class, so I need to initialize a base class, which just say lib wimp menu. And what's on the constructor for that? We've got menu, oh, it's menu entry. Oh, it just has a menu title. Right, so notice what I've done there is I've got that task name from something. Well, we're going to hard code that for the moment. But we need to, I think what we'll do today, actually, before I knock it off, is I'll implement our singleton. I was talking about doing it and I never got around to it, did I? That's what I was supposed to have been doing. Yeah. Okay, right, what we got then? We got our menu selection command, which has got quit on it. But what we actually need to do is build up our menu, add that as the last item, and then attach the menu to the observers. So we can do the, yeah. So what I did was I did this. Yeah, okay. So before I used another builder function to build the menu items up. So it looks like we've got build submenu entry and build last menu entry. Window submenu entry. Menu sub. Right. So I think my version of sa-lib has got more in it than the newer version. I think the version that's on my repository is older than this version here. In which case we'd have to let's save this stuff. Close that for a minute. Save that. Close that. Close that, because it's just getting out of hand otherwise. And I think if I do side diff again. Text side diff. If I load on that new code folder, say lib, header file menu, shove that on there, and then menu on here. Right, I'm not entirely sure this is what I want to do though. So see, I've got a yeah, I'm not sure about this. I've just what I've done is I've overloaded the constructor, but instead of taking a menu object, it takes a window object for a submenu. So effectively saying, like, you can either have another menu like that, or you can have a window like that, which will get opened. Is that really what I want to do? This looks a bit funny. Is this private or public? Alright, I'm going to copy this because I'm on time, but I think I want to refactor it really. I don't like the way I've done these. I'm not really happy with the way I've done these menus at all. I mean, I know it works. Oh, what happened there? I've got to include window, and then we've got to include submenu as a member. Just okay. Yeah, I'm just not 100% happy with this. Let's side diff the CPP files and then see if it builds. Just merge that in for the minute, but I'm not really happy. So we've got menu. Are there any difference? No. Ah, right. That's one of the things I had to fix. So you might be able to see. So that's one of the things I had to fix as like a compilation warning, because the compiler was warning that basically it was saying that because I've tried assigning a union that's got structures in it, or arrays in it, that the arrays, internal arrays haven't been initialized, so I had to kind of frig it a bit like that, which is a bit pants really. Right, so look, I've got two different constructors here, so there's a lot of redundancy there. I guess you kind of got to do that. You can't really invoke another constructor on this this version of C++. Alright, so what I've done is I've just cloned that constructor, but we've got like an additional parameter. We've either got a submenu or a window submenu. So one of them's going to be null. One of them may or may not be null. Yes, I don't really like it. Don't like it, but it's one of those situations where it's just get it working, then get it nice. But it's also one of those situations where if I don't do it now, I might never make it right. That's what I'm worried about. It's technical debt, isn't it? I think, is there anything wrong with it different about this one? Have I just made it onto, I've just made that bit across a couple of lines. That's not really any different. This one then, so that's the same thing. It is useful when you get them to fit in this 80 characters or whatever, because at least when you do a side diff like this, you can fit it all in. So even that line's a bit long. So this one we're saying get submenu. So we're saying if it's a normal submenu, do this. Else, what function are we in here? I can't even remember. Display. I can't remember how to view this. View the whole thing actually. So saying that's basically what was already there. We're casting it to a WIMP menu object. But I can't even remember what's in these bloody submenus. Oh, pointing at the okay, it's the pointing at the data at the block. We're saying if it doesn't, if there's not a submenu in the submenu pointer, is there a window in the sub-window pointer? And if there is, assign it to that instead. Well, I suppose it's okay, isn't it? I just don't really know what I don't not like it, but I'm not really sure what else to do about it. Okay, right, so I've made some modifications to salib now, haven't I? So let's go back to that. Set directory. So this one is done in sgit, isn't it? So if I do sgit diff, how many items have we got changed? Oh, I've not checked my. Oh, I've not checked that in. I thought I checked in the make file. Oh, I suppose I modified the lines, didn't I? So hang on a minute. Right, sgit status. Oh, bloody old object files. Right. Right, hang on a minute, let's do this. Say lib. Ah, means I'm gonna have to. Yeah, see, I haven't got the. I need to get this bloody get these git-ignore files sorted out. So much like dicking about you spend doing stuff. That's right. Get rid of that. Discard. You can't do a clear screen thing on that. Set directory. Oh. Task window. Sgit status. Got 3 files modified. There we go. Sgit diff. Right, so in our Makefile, we've deleted our original objects with no spacing, and we've added objects with spacing. Oh yeah, and we deleted that link flags because that was actually a redundant line I didn't need in there. And then what have we done? We modified menu entry. Why does it think that's all new? Oh, because it was all on one line. Okay. I'll spread it out. Why have I done that? I don't remember doing anything to menu entry. Oh, maybe I did. Maybe I did. I don't remember doing. I don't remember doing that. I guess maybe I did that at the same time I added the overloaded. Yeah, okay, the overloaded method. All right. Okay, so I think that's right. So what have I done? What have we done? Then we've done git status. Let's do. Oh, let's get add dot because we want all 3 of those. Actually works in this one. All right, sgit commit. Can only do inline comments -m. So say rejigged, reformatted, Makefile, and added window those as sub menu items to menu classes. Orphan. Oh, fuck, what? Why? I had that sorted the other day. Oh, they're going to put. Oh, it did this to me the other day. It put it in as a dummy. I got that sorted. I got that sorted. Why is that being weird? Oh, bog off. Right, bear with me a sec. I'm going to sort that crap out. Right, I remember what the issue is. Oh, it's because of the new boot sequence. So they've done fail to stat. So hard disk 4.boot.choices/.gitconfig. It's kind of buggered the name about. What that is, so annoying. It's, if I seem to remember rightly, it was in a basic file somewhere. Is it set choices? Right, it's in here at the bottom. So they've added a new bit in there, which did say. So it used to be choices.write used to be set to. I think it used to be like boot:choices or something like that, and now it's this, like this half. I wonder if I've got an old copy of Plink, but I think I might have an old version. So I'll have a look in this one. Utils. Oh, this is such a ball ache though. It's like all these breaking changes. Let's see. Let's do display. Can I do a few line numbers? Maybe not. No, maybe I need to do that in something else. I'm sure this is different though. So we've got, yes, there's 5 statements there. Boot firmware path's a new one. Boot to be loaded, choices right. Right, there we go. So that's the difference. It's now, instead of being set choices $dir to boot : choices, which is the path, it's now set choices dir. It's like set to a string that's been worked out. I wonder if I could just comment that out. Rem Simon removed, and then just put this back in, so hopefully that'll be the same. I'll save that. And can I do the same thing? If I do Control F12, can I do set choices $dir boot : choices? I think somebody, I'm sure somebody had a similar issue on one of these web pages, like the rule forum or something like that. So if I do this now, sgit config -- global user.name Simon Ayers. No, no good. Ah, maybe the environment variable in this version. Maybe I need to close that and open a new task window. Try this again. Not sa code, sa lib. Close that. So directory. Right. Sgit status. Sgit config -- global user.name Simon Ayers. No, off. Is it because it's got this bloody dot in there? I'm sure that's what I got to work. Hang on, let's do echo choices $dir. Or was it choices $right? Okay. Maybe it needs to be choices right. Something. Set choices $right boot : choices. Gonna work. Sgit config -- global user.name Simon Ayers. Okay, so I'll make a minor change to this file somewhere. Click the Makefiles, so I'll build the library, blah 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 blah. Let's delete some blank lines or something like that. Save. Sgit status. Sgit add dot. Sgit commit -m. Updated. Deleted some empty lines. Git commit test. Sgit status on branch develop. So sgit log I think this will say dummy name or something like it did last time. Simon Ayres, dummy author, son of a bitch. Flipping bugger eyes. Oh, what's my GitHub email there? Right. Okay. Well, I suppose it's fine seeing that, isn't it? That's the whole point of it. Alright, let's see if it'll let me push it. Let's get push, origin, develop. Right, where's my phone? Let's see if that actually worked. How pathetic, isn't it? Like, I mean, I don't really care about football, but people like cheering on Facebook saying it's the best day of their lives because somebody didn't win. That's fucking, like, pathetic. It's just pathetic. Because England didn't win, it's the best day of your life. Wow. You suck. Alright, change branch, develop. Commit. Okay, so it did show up. Was it going to be too bright to see? You see how it's come up? The second one's like dummy author. Buggered it a bit, really. Oh, is that going to work next time? I don't know. Don't know. Right, okay, let's get rid of that. Discard. So now what I have done though is I've let's get rid of this crap. I'll have to rebuild the library now, aren't I? So it's going to take a while. Let's do that now. I don't think we need this anymore. Say lib. New code stuff. Okay. Right, let's just, well, I don't need that. We can, let's make that project file. Hopefully it should all just build, we'll see. Right, library's all built. We'll close that off. Let's get this, before it gets too bloody late. Let's get this menu thing implemented. If I've got a bit of time, I'll try and make a start on doing some sort of singleton thing, but I don't know if I'm going to be bothered now. It's getting a bit late. Let's see how we get on. Right. Combine menu. Right, so let's don't need that anymore. That's the new SA code. Don't need that, I just need the source files. Well, not the new one, the one I made on my laptop. Let's have a look what we got. So we want to look at icon bar menu header file. I think I've pretty much done the header file, haven't I? Yeah. So we've got our class. Or in a class. Then in the CC file, this is what we need to populate, isn't it? So, okay. So what I've done is, first things first. Actually, what we need to do is we need to attach and detach the observers. So let's do that, because that's definitely going to be the case. So we're attaching the menu to our menu selection handler observer. And what we're basically saying is we've got an icon bar menu selection observer. Which is this. I can't remember. Do you know what? I'm having a brain freeze there. I can't remember what that actually does. Menu selection observer. Menu selection observer. So we created that. We're attaching it to a menu object. Menu selection observer. Got an update method. Okay. Right. Okay. Here we go. So yes, so basically just figuring out which button's pressed, figuring out which entry it is, then we're getting the command object out of that and sending a message to it. Okay, so we need to create the menu item, attach the command to the menu item, and then it gets called from the observer. Fair enough. Right, so that's okay. Right, so what we need to do then, we need to close these, because we don't need this for a minute. We need to add our menu entries. Now, what I've got here, so what we had before was basically this. But now we need to build our menu entry objects. We've got two different types, so what I've created two different builder functions, so I could probably make them the same somehow. A lot of very similar stuff here. Maybe we can make this a bit more efficient. So I've got a build last menu entry. I've got a build window submenu entry, and I'll probably want, let's say if we're going to put an intermediate menu item in the middle. You know what, let's do that. Let's put a temporary intermediate menu item in the middle. No, you know what, actually no, we shouldn't write code we're not going to use yet. We'll do that later. Will we? I mean, what could we possibly have on the menu, on the icon bar? I don't know. I guess I could do new window or something like that. I don't know. We'll put a temporary item on there. Will we? No, because it means creating new items as code modules. No, I'm not going to bother. Right. Okay. So we need to build our menu entry up. So I'm going to do add entry, which is a member of this, and we need to create a new menu entry object. So what I did was before was I created a like I was doing with the windows, creating effectively a builder function, static function, and then passing that in. So we could do the same thing here. Let's rip this off to start with. Right, so this one returns a menu entry. It's called build window submenu entry. It takes a name for the item. It takes a window as the submenu. So in this case, I'll pass in the info window, and then you've got a command object for the select being clicked, and a command object for just being clicked. We could do one function that did all of them. I could just do build menu entry, couldn't we? Build menu entry. We could say, is there a submenu? Oh, I can't use tabs. Using an editor, normal text editor isn't ideal really. Right, so let's do const sa lib wimp what would it be? Menu pointer. Let's make it a pointer rather than a reference. Is it taking a menu? I suppose. Well, yeah. I suppose it's a sub menu, isn't it? So we'll call it sub menu, similar to how we did the constructor. Then we'll make that a window pointer. So if there's a sub menu, we'll prioritize sub menus. If there's a window sub menu, we'll do that afterwards. It can only be one or the other. I wonder if both of those should derive. I wonder if Windows should derive from menu type or something like that. I wonder if we should have a class like that. That's an interesting idea. Could be a common interface between those. Because you shouldn't really be able to open all windows like this. Maybe it needs to be a specific type of window, like a sub-menuable window. Yeah. I am not sure for the minute. That's an option though. That's certainly something I'm thinking about. Right, okay, so we've got item text, whether it's submenus or not, they can be blank. We'll say we've got the command objects, and what else do we have? We wanted, was it the, we'll say, right, const bool is last item. Is last item. So we'll set that to true, whatever. Right, so we're going to create a menu flags builder object. We're going to create an icon flags builder object, an icon data object with the string name. We'll set the flat title as indirected. Yeah, fair enough. After the that's the title of the menu item. It's going to be an indirected string. We set the icon to text, set the icon as indirected, set the icon as filled because I want a filled background. Right, okay, so how do I specify if it's yeah, so it was in here, wasn't it? There was a new parameter for last menu. There we go, set last. So I need to add that in if needs be. So say if is last item, then we'll do menu flags builder dot set last. Okay. I think, am I right in saying, I think, what was it, a Windows submenu? Oh, yeah, okay, I guess we need to call the right, I guess we need to call the correct constructor for menu entry, don't we? So we need to say if submenu, if not submenu, or so if it's not, if submenu or not window submenu. So if that's a null point, if that's a null pointer, I guess that's a. Is there any way that case is not true? I suppose we could. Oh, okay. This is going to get. We've got potential for errors here, haven't we? So. Okay. Then we've got else. Oh, I suppose we don't need an else, do we? Because we've just got. Return. I suppose we could do it the other way around, couldn't we? We could say if submenu, if not submenu and Windows submenu, then I've got that one. Otherwise, it's a normal. We just call the normal constructor for a submenu, which I guess is in here somewhere, isn't it? The last menu item, that one. Now the only difference is that is a reference, so we now need to dereference that. And okay, so I guess we just need to pass. Do we need to pass submenu in there? I suppose we pass submenu in, then we assign that to a null. If there is, so this is the thing. So now I'm getting into like the C style bloody interface where I've got submenus and stuff like that. Blah, 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 blah. I should be passing in references really. I suppose we could make this one. I suppose we could oh, I don't know. Just leave it at that for the minute. It's late. Got to get stuff done. Ship that shit. Okay, right. So we've got the builder bit now. So what we need to do is need to add an entry for info. So what is the actual interface? So we're going to do build menu entry. Copy that. So build menu entry, item text. It's going to be info. We're going to need to look that up though shortly. And then our sub menu. So this one is going to be null. Null. We do have a window, don't we? So this is going to be address of m_info window. Not the last item. So false. And then I guess we don't actually want it to do anything. We've got menu select click command, adjust select click command. We need like a null click command object for that, don't we? So if I look to, we go back in here. Let's say lib, should be a null type for the menu select. Is it menu command? Mouse command? Mouse command? Mouse click command, dragging ended. Right, so we've got looks like we've got a null menu selection command there, which just does nothing. So I'm going to put that in. I guess we need one of those inside the header file, don't we? Might already have one of those. Null menu selection command. There we go. So we do have one of those, so I'll pass that in for the info. So that's going to be the menu select. It's going to do nothing. And that's menu adjust. Do nothing. Okay. That's the first line then. And then the second entry will be similar, but it's should be able to clone that line. Get rid of some of this crap. So this time it's quit. There is no sub menu, and this time there's also no sub menu window. It is the last item, so we're going to set that to true. Probably I could make an enum saying not last item is last item or something like that. And this time the command is not going to be the null selection command, it's going to be the quit command, which is this one, quit selection command, this one. So well, eventually when I half the reason for doing this is so I could just use the editor the way that I like to use it and double click on variables and know it's going to select the whole thing and not all of it, and all that sort of stuff. You know, I don't even need the fancy stuff. It's just the stuff that just makes things easier, like copy and paste working the way I actually expect it to, and all that sort of crap. Right, okay, so we've got two menu items. Save that. Hopefully this is right. This one should have built, shouldn't it? Let's close all this. So the library's built, isn't it? When was that built? Recently? Yeah, 11:07. So that was built half an hour ago. Hopefully that's all right. So if with a bit of luck, as long as I add this into the make file, which is going to be an issue. So we've got icon bar menu, icon bar menu.cc, and icon bar menu.o. Save that. Set directory. Let's see what we get. Might have made a few mistakes here, I'm not entirely sure, because I haven't tried building it yet. Promising though. No compilation errors. That's a minor miracle. You can do it. Need a drink. Okay. What? Right, hang on a minute. That's not going to work. I tried launching the other version of it. It's because the path isn't. I need to reset the path in there. Right, hang on. I'll just run image. This isn't the new version. It's not new. Run info. There we go. Haha. Quit. And that didn't work. Okay, well, it almost worked. Abort. Okay, what happened there then? What have we got? It's going to be a header file and our C file. In our header file, we have a quit menu item selection command with an execute method which calls task to quit. Task. And in here, I wonder where we got our exception, or well, it was our abort. So we built our menu, attached our selection observer, attached our observer, quit menu item selection. Let's just quickly, just to make sure it's not something daft. If I save this instead, it shouldn't do anything. I shouldn't fix the problem. I just want to make sure it's not something silly. I did have a bloody issue with aborts generating on the. Oh, I had a massive issue with aborts being generated from the icon bar. I'm just hoping to God this isn't a similar problem, because that took me absolutely. It took me like 2 weeks to solve it, and it was very similar to this actually. Info quit. Info. Right, now if I tell it to quit, will it just die? Or will we get an abort? We did get an abort. Abort instruction. Okay, so it's probably a distractor, isn't it? What have we got in the icon bar? Distractor. Well, okay. Well, that kind of solved a problem for me. It told me it was nothing to do with that observer. Is it something? What is it? One of these items going out of scope? Icon bar menu. Bar menu. What have we got in the distractor for this one? Detaching the selection handlers. Oh, that's a bit of a worry. I'll tell you what, I want to have a quick look at that other old program and see if that one, if I run the earlier version, does that do the same thing? No. Okay, so there's something different between one to another that's causing the abort. So if you look at SA code, the lifetime of this item, creating the icon bar. Oh shit, if I just comment that out, let's just check. That shouldn't create the abort, should it? I should probably create that before the error window actually. Sorry, after the error window has been generated. So, make that. So with the icon bar not created, it shouldn't create any of those items, so it shouldn't create the abort. Oh, this feels very, very, very suspiciously like what was happening before. Because what I found was if I swapped the error window to being made before it, I didn't get the abort. Ah, but then this is happening on an exit, so it's not quite the same. Run image. Nope. Is that running? Right. No abort. Add the icon bar back in. Save. Go back to the icon bar class. And we'll comment out the icon bar icon, that menu. Save that. Icon bar menu, so we don't need that. But what we do need is the CC. We just need to not construct that with a icon bar menus. Can I pass icon bar a mouse click observer? I wonder what I can pass into that if I don't want a menu selected. Mouse click observer. Oh, what is it? It's an icon bar mouse click observer or something, isn't it? Menu. Oh, I guess I can never have an icon there without an icon bar menu, can I? Oh, crap. I'm gonna have to put that in then. I'll take the observer off. Which kind of defeats the point of everything, really. One thing I'm going to do is when you click on my windows, they come to the front. Right, okay, save. Compile this again. We'll slowly start dropping bits back in until we get the abort. Oops, line 12. Probably that. So we should get the icon bar icon come up. I wonder if this is to do with the indirect text again. God. I spent forever trying to suss that out, and it was this weird thing to do with validation strings being -1. Did I even put that in? Oh, maybe not. I might not. I don't know if I can't remember if I mentioned that earlier. Right. It doesn't do anything. Loads the icon though. Quit. No error in the in its destruction. No abort. Let's start restoring some stuff. Might have to restore everything really. Well, I'll tell you what we can do. So we can put the icon back in. Save that. And then the icon bar menu. So in the icon bar icon. So we can create the menu. We don't actually have to do anything with it, do we? So at the moment it's not attaching anything. So we're just creating the menu item. And then what we do is we'll go back to the menu item bit. Keep all the variables there. And in the constructor and the destructor, we just won't make anything. So just comment that out, comment that out, comment attaching it out. And we'll see how that gets on. So now now we basically shouldn't be doing anything. Oh, what we got there? Warning. This method's not used. Fair enough. Functions, a static function, isn't it, rather than a method? Run. Nothing from the menus. Quit. Ooh. Okay, describe. Abort and data transfer. Post-mortem. List iterator. WIMP observer base. Observer base. Info window. In function info window. Ah, it's info windows destructor. Okay, I'm getting somewhere. Info window, what did I actually do to this? What am I actually doing in there? Probably this bit, wasn't it? Open, get window, open request handlers, detach. Get that up over there suddenly. See what we had again. Get this right out of the way. Quit. Describe. Post-mortem. So we've got icon bar menu, info window. Probably the destructor for that. And we've got subject base detach. Remove. So we're generating our abort inside the iterator to remove it. So what are we passing? Close window request observer, open window request observer. They're not valid. This is a bit weird because I don't know that there's anything. What would I have done to this? I've got an open window request observer, close window request observer, passing in this window to it. Sorry, I just realised how annoying that is. Actually, what I should have done. See, this is getting more annoying. This is one of those sort of things that it's easy if you can automate this. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure where the abort is coming in. We're detaching the window request observer. I mean, is there anything any different between that and the other version? I don't really understand. That's it, I hate the Windows RISC OS 3D style icons. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this look, but I thought I'd do that to start with, and then I might just try and make it look a bit more modern. But, first things first, got to work out why it didn't bloody work. Get open window request handlers. So we've got the handler, and then we're trying to call detach. Let's do it again. See if I've got any more clues. Ooh, tell you what I did. What somebody did send me. I've got it in here. Probably haven't at the moment. Oh, maybe I have. Modules. Developer. Right, debug tools. Right, here we go. What have we got? Debug tools. Debug button. Well, we don't need zero pane. So this is supposed to add a bit more information onto the boxes. I don't know how to use these debug tools yet though, but we can load that, close that, run that, go there, quit the right thing. Right, describe, debug. And I don't know what I'm looking at the moment. A bunch of registers with some addresses in them. Okay. List iterator, server base, remove. I don't understand what it could be causing an abort. We're not removing a null pointer, are we, or something daft? Argument 2 in function. Oh, that's okay, that's the command line. Icon bar menu, icon bar menu, info window. It's something to do with detaching these, isn't it? That works everywhere else. Something else is going on, I guess. Actually, you know what? Let me just do one more thing. Remember, there's a guy, what's his name? Guy on Twitter. Oh, what's his name? Paolo, that's it. He seemed to work out, because I posted him a picture of an abort using that thing he seemed to work out that the address of it is within the WIMP. Looking at the debug output, it looks to me like you're corrupting the WIMP data. Addresses that start with FC in RISC 5 are ROM addresses, whereas FA's dynamic areas, etc. So what R15? Oh, right. Okay, let's have a look then. So if there's okay, let's have a look. I would have thought that the exception was inside the library. Oh bloody hell! Quit. Right. Describe. Debug. Right. R15. That's inside user's code, rather than being inside operating system code. Address. So, what can we do? What can we actually view? Because obviously I don't know what the decompilation for that is. Oh, I think I'm going to run out of time, aren't I? Post-mortem. 15B8, that's the address. In function, this iterator, what requested. What's generating a bort? I can imagine if it's accessing data that doesn't exist. Apparently my screen capture device has come back to life. It does get quite hot. I'm not quite sure what was going on with this code, I've basically took everything out and I've put it all back in without changing anything, and it seems to be compiling. So I do wonder if it was maybe like a linker error or something like that, because basically if I run it now and get the info box up, I'm going to hit quit and it doesn't throw an exception at all. And if I do quit there, there's nothing. And I've literally not changed anything. I've just taken all the stuff out, and I think I've basically commented everything out and put it back all in. So not entirely sure what's going on there. Unless I put it in the wrong place in SA code. Oh, I'm pretty sure that's exactly where I had it. So yeah, maybe it was just maybe that's who knows? Who knows? Maybe that was some sort of weird linking issue. Maybe it was linking against an old file or something like that. Maybe I changed the header file but didn't change the CPP file. And yeah, so this is where you need to okay, the first thing I'll do next week is I'm going to update the I'll have to see if there's a way of updating the Makefiles to be able to take advantage of if you modify the header file but not the CPP file, because that, yeah, that's going to be a nightmare otherwise. I suspect it was something like that. Okay, where are we at then? Let's get rid of this. Let's see where we are with the SA lib stuff. Status. So we still need to sort out ignoring those files. Oh, I've got a key ignore file in there. Surely it's not oh no. Okay, so we need to create git ignore file for that somewhere. I don't know if that works with sgit. And then here, so it could be quite a lot in here. So we've got git status. So we've got quite a few modified files. I guess I can't. This doesn't work, does it? Nope. Yes, that did work. That was git log that didn't work. Right. Okay. So what we got? We've got icon bar. What was the one that's up there? Info window. What did I change about that? Maybe that. Right, okay. Well, maybe I haven't fixed it then. Discard that. Info window. Let's go back here and see if I put these lines back in, is it going to bloody error again? Might have sussed it, might not have. Who knows? Actually, in fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to clean the project and build it again. It's still getting a bit messy. Eventually. Don't need to watch this. I'll restart this after I've cleaned and built it. Oh, well, I can tell you what. Clean, right, make. Right, fingers crossed. Quit. Right, run. Info. Quit. Run. Quit. Run. Info. Drag it around. Window handler's working. Okay, does seem to be working. Right, God knows what that was about then. Like I say, it must have been some sort of weird linker error. Well, not a linker error, but some sort of linking error. Right, so back to here. Git status. Right. Okay. Undo. Git diff. Let's investigate what the changes are. I'll tell you what, I wonder if that lets you do git diff on a file. Colour? Does that work? Surely that doesn't work. Surely that doesn't work on RISC OS. Throw diff back to the editor. Ooh. Half spec. Oh, is that going to work? I don't know that it will. Oh, let's pick a file. Let's pick Makefile. Git diff -- plain SA code source makefile. Oh bloody hell, it did work. Well, hey, well that doesn't work on SA code. Cool. Okay, so I know what the change to that is, which is adding in icon bar menu.cc. Good. Yeah, that's quite okay. This could be quite useful. Okay, let's do. Well, I'll tell you what. Actually, I guess we've got all the information we want there anyway. Tell what we do. Discard that. Tell what we do git diff here. So on that file window there, we've got all the differences that we can look up, and then we'll open another command window, task window, whatever it is. We'll do git status. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, bloody run image didn't work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 files to add. I don't really want to have to rebuild it right now just to commit it, but so we do git add /ping sa code dot source dot cc dot icon bar, git add /ping sa code dot source dot c dot info window, git add /ping sa code dot source dot h dot icon bar, git add /ping sa code dot source dot h, oh no, dot makefile. Okay, git add /ping sa code dot source dot cc dot icon bar menu, git add /ping sa code dot source dot h dot icon bar menu. That's pretty much it, isn't it? So git status. Okay, that's good. Right, so if I do a git commit should bring up strong edit with our, where we can add our commit message. So what can I say? What are the changes? In icon bar, this is info window, right, so we can say added window, right, okay, just reformatted info window. That's literally only changing that, just because it was a bit of a mess. Don't we just change info windows header file? No. Reformatted info window constructor. And then icon bar, we split out icon bar menu to separate code module. We added well, we split that out icon bar menu to separate code module, added menu items and builder function to build info and quit menu items. I think that's about it really, isn't it? Oh yeah, update Makefile. Makefile to add, to build new icon bar menu .cc module. I think that's pretty much it, isn't it? Okay, save, close that. Git status. So we've got a couple of untracked files. Git push origin develop. Oh, now what? File switch resources CSD not found. What? That worked a minute ago. System variable file switch $resources $CSD not found. current selected directory. Ah, okay, that's true. Maybe this is confusing things. Discard. Set directory. Git status. Git push. Origin develop. Okay, right, let's see if that worked then. Oh. GitHub. Sure, I've got that on here somewhere. There it is. Back. SA code. Change branch. Develop. Commits. There we go. So we got our commit in there. Whoop. Need to get Iris back on this Raspberry Pi, and then we can actually view it in there, can't we? So cool. Don't want to do any more. I mean, I do have to be at work. I do have to leave for work in 5 hours and 18 minutes. Ah, bugger it. I'll just edit that, go to bed. Alright, pick that up hopefully next week or a bit later. Just have so little time at the moment. But yeah, but I've been doing little bits of code here and there. It's just a bit of a write-off this little video, but I guess we made a bit of progress as part of the fact that I had to reset all my computer and stuff like that. It's been a bit of a bugger really, but okay. Alright, well, I'm going to sign off. Next time I try and get, well, I'll show you what I want to get to next time. Ideally further than this, but so we've got the new code version. I want to boot that run. Yeah, I want to implement this sort of container strategy. I've basically got a few ideas for containers. So I've got a container which is basically split left, like a split window container with a slider between it. So at the moment I'm kind of working on that. I've got a version that works now, but I just need a little bit of a tweak. So I slide this one, just a little bit of a bug there. So there's that, a left-right slider, and then another container that I need is I want tabbed window container. So I can have a container where I contain multiple windows. So I'll have like a list of windows or something like that. And for each one of the windows that you can tab between, I'll create a new tab icon for it, and yeah, based on its title. And just between those two, you can build the majority of the graphical user interface. Because I mean, look at this. This is already just with the slider output. I mean, that's almost it already. So let's say that this was a code window, this yellow and green bit. Well, I can press, I can select an option to say split window view. Well, there we go, I've just turned it into a left-right split, and this will be our little path thing on the left. This can be whatever sort of debug output, or like I said, I can capture. So it gets to the point, if I can build the framework for the containers, then we're actually at a point where we can start building some actual function into the application. That'd be good. That'd be one of the major GUI issues, GUI things out of the way. And we can start building up the functionality of the actual application, because at the moment it doesn't actually do anything. It's just a proof of concept really. So it'd be good to get to that point. Yeah, that's what I want to get done next time. It could be a number of hours to get there, but we'll see. Right, I'll catch you in a bit. Take it easy.